Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's getting to that part of the season, the spicy part of the season. There's a poll in the live stream chat. If you guys think you know who's going to win, leave a vote on the poll. If you've got an exact score prediction, let me know your thoughts as well. Got about 15 minutes or just less than 15 to go until kickoff. I did predict the Storm to win by 1 point. Just one. 25-24 is what I went with. I really wanted to back the Sharks. I need to double check that this is still the lineup. I put them in last night, but I need to make sure that they're all the same. So, bear with me. Okay. Alright, let's see. Pappenhausen, Warbrick, Howith, Coates, Monster Hughes. Yep, Utagamanu, Grant, King, Katoa. Okay, Katoa has been promoted to... Okay, Bloor. It's Bloor that's coming from the bench. Okay. Bloor Liero. The bench is now the same, but Lasati. So Lasati and Bloor is the only switch. And Chan is 18th man, so... That's one. 18th has gone from Anderson to Chan. And then for the Sharks, Kennedy, Katoa, Ramian, Iro, Molotalo, Trindle, Hines. Yep. Fanoa, Blake, Brayley, Rudolph, Burns, Wilton, Colhoun, Nicola, Talakai, Kafusi, Hamanueli, Atkinson. Okay, so let's save that, and that's the team list done. And there we go. Hey Georgie, good morning. Hope you're doing well, mate. Hope you are well. It's not on at Australia. What do you mean? Oh, have I hit 12.3k followers or subscribers? I have. 12,308. Thank you very much. I'm waiting for 1,200 or 12,345. Cheeky 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't wait. Should be good. Should be good. Let's get the game up. There we go. So for anyone in the UK, it's on Sky Sports Mix. Mouth's dry. That was good. Okay, notes. I'll go through some of the notes. Right then. So, the Storm have won 3 in their last 5. Sharks have won 5 in their last 5. Sides have played twice already this season. Each side taking a win when they've been the home side. Storm are the home side this time. Storm just had a week off. They aren't missing anybody from finals week 1. They'll now have Farlongo available. Bloor comes back in, initially on the bench, but now starts. Hughes and Pappenhausen will start at 1 and 7 this week, so they come back in. Hopefully they're at full fitness. There's no nagging injuries that kind of take them out of the game from something silly. Sharks will be without Hazelton. He's a major impact player. He's been a major impact player for the Sharks this season. And their pack, Kafusi, will come back in though. So both sides are very close to full strength on paper. In the forwards, I do trust the Sharks here. Uzukamanu and King are hard workers, so are Kami Kamitha and McDonald. They'll probably use Lasati as a forward as well. He's a fairly big body. But based on how that pack has performed in recent weeks, I don't know if the Storm look strong enough at the moment to contain Fanua, Blake, Rudolph, Hamanueli, Kafusi and Talakai. I think the Sharks win the battle up front in this one. As much as the Storm love the grind, we talk about that all the time, I don't know if it's enough, if they're going to be easy to contain. I think body-wise, the Sharks are bigger in this one, I think, and there's more quality depth. So I think there's a good chance that the Storm could be pinned back a lot and be contained a lot, given the lack of size. Kamikamica is going to be huge. We'll see what Utsukamano can do. Kamikamica will be huge, but I think they kind of need Big Nelson, to be honest, to compete in this one. Doesn't mean they can't, but just one thought. However, with the additions in the backs, that's where the Storm start to bring it back with their backs at full strength, with Pappenhausen, Munster and Hughes organising, controlling the kick-in, counting numbers in attack, creating moments off the cuff. That's not even including their connection with Harry Grant. So in order to make up for the deficit in the forwards, the Storm need to be able to move the ball. Even if the ruck is slower for them, they've at least got their fastest and most creative options out there to take on a Sharks backline that can get, or can possibly get set defensively a little bit easier if the ruck is slower because the middles are smaller. When we look at the Sharks' defence, though, they've conceded just 6, 10 and 12 in their last 3 against the Bulldogs, Roosters and Raiders. That's 3 very good sides. Their biggest issue in the last 2 finals games is that they've been dropping the ball way too much, gifting territory to the Roosters and Raiders. The penalties need cleaning up as well. Again, they do back themselves up defensively, though, against the Roosters and Raiders, but they can't really afford to give this Storm side a ton of possession inside their own half. The Roosters were a good attacking side, but I don't know, there was a few things in that performance. The Roosters, I don't know, looked a bit stale at times, and then the Raiders, they were without Ethan Strange, so that certainly helped. Didn't mean that it was going to be a Raiders win if Strange was there, but it certainly helped offensively, or for the Sharks to deal with that anyway. Final few thoughts were, for the Storm, they're still a strong defensive side. They've conceded 18 twice and 14 in 3 of their last 5 games, but they have also conceded 30 and 40 in 2 of the recent games, so they need to be careful about that. For me, this one is very tough. I'm not confident in either side winning, to be honest. If the Sharks win this one, I won't be surprised. I actually really want to back them. I wanted to back them for this one. If they win, I'll actually be happy for them, because I think they are built to get to and win a grand final. I think they've got a team that's capable of doing it, but it's tough to look past this Melbourne Storm side with how strong they can be defensively and the players they've got available in the lineup to make up for the deficits in the forwards. So for a prediction, I went with the Storm to win by 1-12, scoreline of 25-24, and anytime try scorer was Harry Grant. That's what I went with. So there you go. And in terms of votes on the poll, we're at 77. 69% say that Storm will win. I'm not hearing from many people in the live stream chat at the moment. Feel free to comment. If you don't want to, you don't have to. There's no obligation to. You can just sit here and chill. Listen to me yap on about shenanigans. But feel free to, drop in a message or two. All right. Should be a good game, though. I do worry for the Storm pack, though. That is my biggest concern for them. So I think we all kind of thought when Utsukamano joined the Storm, it was kind of like, oh, well, where's the weakness in this Storm side? It's like, well, it's not a massive pack compared to some others. I think Sharks at full strength, the pack's bigger. Same with the Roosters. Same with the Seagulls. Seagulls are a pretty decent pack. Same with the Raiders. Warriors. Broncos. I don't know. Maybe not quite the Broncos. But there's a few decent packs out there. But I do like how the Sharks are built. I think the Sharks, the Raiders, and Seagulls are teams that look like they're kind of built to win grand finals. They've got exciting players in the backs. They've got big forward packs to lead the charge up front. But We'll see. We will see. It's all about how well can the Storm contain the Sharks. If they can limit the meters through the middle, if they can slow down the ruck, there's a good chance. I'm just thinking, on paper, the Sharks look bigger to me. So, we'll see. We will see. Got a couple of minutes to go. It's going to be groovy. It's going to be groovy. This water had a weird aftertaste to it, and I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. I do have this, to be fair. Not sponsored. Volvic, Touch of Strawberry. Not sponsored, but Volvic, you can sponsor me. Email in the description down below. Thanks. Can't forget the impact of Mr. Wishart. I'm a big fan of him. But I will say, actually, I've liked what Burns and Wilson have done for the Sharks, but Katoa and Bloor will be important for possible line breaks, especially Katoa. He'll be huge down that right edge for the Storm. I really like Talakai as an impact player off the bench. He's going to be huge. He's going to be important. Helped change the game a couple times. Hazleton would have been an even better impact option to have, but we will see. Starting 92, finally, somebody new. Somebody has finally entered the chat, along with Georgie. And there we go. And there's another one. Oh, people are here, and now they're fully here. Okay. You fancy the Storm? Bellamy lives for these games. Good point. I think they'll humble the Sharks, but let's see what happens. Humble's strong. Recent meetings, it's gone Storm, Sharks, Storm, Sharks, Storm, Sharks, Sharks, Storm. So, technically, based on recent history, it's time for the Sharks. Haddington says Sharks are humble, so I support because of Nico Hines, my favourite player. Fantastic. There's been a couple comments that myself and other people in the chat have made. We talked about the performances from Nico Hines. I have said a couple times that I think Trindle should be on his money. I think for the money that Hines is on, it's maybe not quite warranted. But in recent games, Nico Hines has stepped up massively. I think a bunch of us have said this, he's got to find more of a ruthless spark to him. Even the NRL posted a graphic with like him on it that said "No more Mr. Nice Guy." Like, if that's his style, if that's what works for him to get the best out of him, okay. But he needs an attitude. Well, not an attitude, but a ruthlessness. He's got it in him. He's got the ability. Just, I think sometimes the energy's lacking a bit. Some of the clutch moments aren't quite there at times, but he is a great player. He can be at his peak. He can be a great player. He's just gotta get more ruthlessness out of him. Hughes, 6 tries, 21 try assists this season. I hope he gets through the full game. I really do. There is a chance he's probably in a bit of pain. But hopefully he gets through it unscathed. Hopefully everyone gets through this unscathed. Everyone gets a nice, clean, nice full off-season leading into the pre-season. Hopefully. We'll get underway in a few seconds. Brayley's going to kick off in a sec. Right, if you've got the exact score prediction, let me know in the chat. If you're not voting on the poll, do it now. Actually, I'm just going to end it now. All right, then. We're about to get underway. 5 seconds to go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. We're underway. The Sharks kick to the Melbourne Storm towards the back left. Jerome Hughes underneath it. Utskamanu with a carry over the 10. 30-12 Storm says Starty. Up the Sharks says JD. Good to see you again, JD, sir. Up towards the 20. Harry Grant waits at dummy half in centre field. Then on his left to Blore. Takes it up towards the 30 down the left edge of the field. Pushed back a couple metres by 3 Sharks defenders. Grant gives it to Trent Liero through centre field. I want to see a little bit more out of Liero. I want to see a bit more out of him. I don't know exactly what it is, but I just want more. Up towards the halfway line. Last tackle is right to Hughes. Kicks on the last. Plenty of height on this one. Katoa underneath it. And Siona is stopped just short of the 20. Sharks by 16 says LG. Okay. They've been on good form. They've been on really good form recently. First minute gone. And it's going to be Ramian who takes it up towards the 20 or just over. Mulatalo with the next carry. Plenty of tries this season. And it's already a penalty for the Sharks. Is that a second attempt there from Nick Meaney? Possibly. But it's a penalty for the Sharks either way. Ronaldo try to score it. Yeah, he could certainly get one. Maybe 2. Maybe 3. Hell of a player. So good in the air. But so's Sione Katoa as well. What, Coates? Are they on the same side? No, they're not. But Coates and Katoa, that's going to be interesting. Warbrick's still a tall guy, so some good aerial battles here. You have Ronaldo trying Sharks plus 5.4. Alright, gotcha. Where's McLovin? He might be hidden in here somewhere. Maybe. But the Sharks, off the back of the penalty, Colquhoun takes it up towards the Storm 30. Colquhoun looked pretty good in McInnes' absence in recent weeks. Some good, strong carries through the middle. Good work rate. I've liked him. Down the left edge with Trindle. 15 out. Now it's with Wilton over the 10. Sharks 5 metres out. Could get some early points here. 5 metres out. Brayley shoots it right to Fanua Blake. Has to basically... Well, the ball touches his legs. Not a great ball there from Brayley. He'll want that moment back again, but a mistake there and a lesson for the next time. We'll see. Pappenhausen takes it over the 10. Just over 2.5 minutes gone. Warbrick with a carry down the right edge over the 20. 4 defenders in the frame there. Get him stopped. And Grant on his left to Pappenhausen for another carry in this set. He's getting dragged back. Losing ground. 3 minutes gone. 2 tackles to go on the 20. Utskamanu up towards the 30. Plays for Grant in centre field. Last tackle. Munster with plenty of distance on this kick. Collected by Katoa left of the post. Takes it over the 20 up towards the 30. Not a bad place to start the set. Or maybe lose a few metres there. Possibly a second attempt from Katoa. But it's going to be... Was that Ido? Was it Mulatalo? It was Mulatalo with the latest carry. Kennedy gives it to Ido. Is it true that Kennedy's off contract at the end of the year? Is that right? I'm sure I saw it before. If so, I'd have him at Warrington. God, I'd have him at Warrington. But apparently we're going to be getting Tom Trebojevic. Apparently. Well, we'll see. Sharks inside Storm territory. Last tackle left to Trindle. Kicks from Storm 40. The Sharks made it to the Raiders 40 so many times in the second half last week. The Storm need to restrict meters. They need to be careful about not having to keep defending inside their own 10. But there's an offside call from Ashley Klein against the Storm Sharks. So the Storm will have a penalty. Trindle, was he the culprit? Boo. Come on, Braden, you're better than that. Just over 4 minutes gone. Well taken from Warbrick in the corner, actually. Went up nicely. Ido, first to meet him. Broncos will lose to Panthers by 1. Clary Fell's goal. Okay. Storm in possession off the back of the penalty. He could have done with a bit more ground further up the field. 87% territory in favour of the Sharks. Latest carry from Utskamanu brings them 35 out from their own try line. Liero over the 40. 5 minutes gone. He's going to play this in centre field for Harry Grant. With 3 tackles to go. On his right to Stefano, right to Pappenhausen, slightly wayward for a second there. Back over the halfway line. 2 tackles to go. It's with Hughes, cutting towards the left, out the back to Munster. Flat pass to Bloor. I still got Lasati in my head. Down the short side left to Munster. Launched it across to Coates. Room to run. Kicks the ball through. It goes past Kennedy. Trindle is there chasing, and he will be tackled in goal. That's what you want from the Melbourne Storm. You don't want them getting pinned back in their own corners constantly, with the Sharks getting to their own 40. It's going to be a goal line dropout. Claims of a crusher tackle there. Possibly forward. Momentum certainly helped with that looking forward, but it's whether it left the hands. I'm not too sure whether it did leave forwards. Let's have a look at the possible crusher. That could be called as a crusher. It could be. I don't know if it will be, but it could be. It won't be. So it's just going to be a long dropout, collected on the 40 by Pappenhausen. Gives it to Atukamanu. He takes it. Oh, bumps off Burns. He takes it up towards the 20. Storm with a great chance here. Their best attacking opportunity of the game so far. Pappenhausen, 15 out, gets an offload for King on the 20, and he's stopped in centre field on the 20 by Kennedy. And they're missing a fullback right now. Munster stopped on the 10. In centre field, Grant on the 3rd tackle at dummy half. Right to the arrow, out the back to Hughes. Then across to Meany, trying to get around Cale Iddo, bumps him off, flicked on in the corner. Warbrick dives in. Personally, might have been forward to me from Meany, but that is going to be first points of the game. Melbourne Storm. Well, it's going to be 4-0, but the kick to come from the touchlines. Melbourne Storm get one proper attacking opportunity after 7 minutes, and they come up with something. In the past 2 weeks, we've seen the Sharks put up with more than that, but yeah, that is forwards. Yeah, that is forwards. I think we can agree it was a well-worked try. It was executed fairly well, aside from the last pass being forwards. Well, JD's saying it. Joshua's saying it. We're all saying it. In terms of try-scoring stats, Warbrick could be a lot higher up. Didn't he have a few months off this year? Not just a few weeks. Didn't he have a few months off due to injury? Joshua hopes the Sharks win. We will see. Kick from Meany, swinging back towards a post, but it's no good. 8 minutes gone, 4-0 it remains for the Melbourne Storm. Are we going to see Mulatalo and Warbrick as the 2 wingers for New Zealand again? I saw a predicted lineup from the NRL on Instagram a few hours ago, and they had Kieran Foran as the 7. Has Hughes retired from international? Or is he maybe just going to have a break after the season? If Hughes is fit, surely he gets in. Unless he has retired, then do let me know from international. Back underway. Sharks kick to the Storm towards the back left. I do want to see Keanu Kinney back in there, but what I don't want them doing is putting Brown at 7, Nickel Cluckstart at 6, and then Kinney at 1. I don't want them doing that because that's not going to work. If it's Foran and Brown in the halves, it could work. Liero with the next carry over the 20. Picked up, pushed back a metre or 2, slammed into the ground. 8.5 minutes gone. Grant on his left to King, up towards the 30. 2 tackles to go, left to Munster. Switches back to Howarth, good to see him back. Grant down the left edge, on his right to Hughes, kicks from the halfway line. Plenty of height on this one. Left of the sticks. Kennedy underneath it. Collects it cleanly. Takes it over the 20. In centre field. Dragged back over the 20. By another 5, 6, maybe 7 metres. Got some support for the Storm in here as well. Drizzy says Sharks have had great defence. They get better as the game goes on. They just have to make them pay when they get down there. They certainly do. And pay, they might make them do. As there is a penalty for the Sharks. I think my only concern, Drizzy, is like that was the Storm's first possession down there. I think myself, JD, and who else was it? Joshua agreed it was forwards at the end there, but got to make sure that every time Storm's down there, that they do hold them out for longer periods because they don't want to be chasing the game to. They might get better. I do agree. Last 2 weeks they've been better as the game's gone on, but they don't want to be chasing the game. Hines in centre field up towards the 30. Stopped in centre field. 30 minutes to go in the first half. That's 10 minutes gone in the game so far. 3 tackles to go. Trindle down the left edge. Switches back to Wilton. Stopped on the 20. Over on the left edge of the field. And a 6 again for the Sharks. Can they answer back? Hines right to Kennedy. Wanted an option out the back there, I think. Ramian was trying to cut back inside. And that's another penalty for the Sharks. Hines was taken out late, apparently. He's down at the moment. He's on his knees. Getting looked at. So late on Hines, kind of missed it. I mean, that replay was slowed down a bit. I want to see full speed. He's kind of just leading with the shoulder a bit. It is shoulder to shoulder, so I can understand a penalty. I don't think it was ridiculously late, but it was reckless. Or, not reckless, but careless, I think was probably a better word. I think the slowed down version, it doesn't look great. Albie Gale says go Sharks. 80 people in here as well. Howdy. Trent Liero is on report. Have to be getting points here. I don't think they have to get points. I think at least get the ball into the corner, get set up defensively, and then be disciplined off the back of it. As a bare minimum, I think look for that. If you can get points, great. But, there's no need to force it. If you like what you see, then go for it. But Hines pops it up to Fanua Blake, left of the post. Stopped a few metres short. Brayley pops it across to Colquhoun. Stopped inches short the try line. 12 minutes gone. Brayley between the sticks goes right to Hines. Bounces once. Is now with Kennedy. Across to Katoa in the corner. Is in. There's a response. It is given. 4-all. So Sharks get back up the field. Penalty from the... or given away from the Storm. I think there's already 2, maybe 3 penalties. At least 2 penalties given away so far. I think 3 in the game, actually. In the first 12 minutes. But a good early response there from the Sharks. Kennedy. It's Howarth that jumps out the line. Kennedy steps inside, then forwards. And then it's just plenty of room for Katoa in the corner. Let's have a look at the grounding. The grounding was good, I'm pretty sure. God, that was close to the touchline, that was close, but yeah, that's good. That's going to be 4-all with a kick to come. Nico Hines. That was okay for me. Thanks, Corey. Well, this is trimmed, actually, so it looks worse sometimes. Noah, good to see you, sir. Greg, howdy. Good to see you. Lovely, says JD. Hines kicking on his bad side here, though. We'll see. Damn it, says Noah. Look forward to... I'm okay with it. If you hear my stomach, I do apologise. It is the morning for me. I've not had any breakfast, but I don't know why my stomach's rumbling. I might have some fruit downstairs. I might have to get some at half time. to have something real quick. 13 and a half minutes gone. Nico Hines, second highest point scorer in a season for the Sharks. And it swings a bit too far, and that's going to remain 4-all. We've got a game, folks. We've got a game. How about a trumpet too? If you're not subscribed yet, please do. I'll be streaming every other finals game. I will be streaming every Pacific Championships game, Bowl and Cup. And I'll be streaming Game 1 and Game 3 of the Ashes. I'll be at Game 2, so I can't stream that one. Back underway. Collected by Trindle. Near the dead ball line. Gives it to Rudolph, and he stopped on the 10. Nearly 14 minutes gone. Cale Ido with the next carry over the 10 and a few extra meters. Oh, Rudolph's not in a good way here. He's down in backfield. Well, not down, but yeah, Rudolph's not in a good way right now. It is with Colquhoun down the left edge. A few meters short of the 30. Hines has to be kicking from the other side. Good game here, though. Well, you can imagine Mulatalo might get 1 or 2 today. We'll see. Is right to Hines on the last. Kicks from his own 30. Plenty of height on this one. Collected on the opposite 30 by Coates. And takes up a few extra meters there. Plays it on the 40. And it's a penalty for the Storm. Yeah, Rudolph's not in a good way. He needs to go off here. He needs to go off. There's no nothing illegal there from Josh King. That's all good. I think just a bit of whiplash and just hit. Awful kick from Hines. Yeah, not great. Plenty of height. Decent distance, but just straight into the hands of Coates. Yeah, I think Rudolph's got to be going off now. So with Munster in centre field, 30 metres out. There's a jam in there from Wilton, but bumped off by Utkamanu. Is then offloaded to Hughes. Bit of room to run through the middle. That's too easy. Hughes is in. Well done. Welcome back, Mr. Hughes. Welcome back, sir. Howdy. There's a try for the Storm. Likely to be converted as well, close to the sticks. That's a little bit too easy. Simple offload from Utkamanu. I want to see the tackle again. In my head, it looked really easy, but I need to see it again. Well, there's just... Wilton's caught off balance, I think, there, possibly. Just sticks an arm out. Colquhoun can't get a touch... Or gets a touch on him, but can't get a hold of him. Kennedy tries to swipe at his legs, fair enough. Decent attempt there at the end from Mulatalo. It was a good effort. Grounded cleanly by Hughes. Welcome back, sir. Welcome back. God, he's good. God, he's good. I'll be 8-4 with a kick to come. I will give the Storm the kick because it is close enough to the sticks. Try confirmed. Lovely. Got 145 people here. Welcome. If you're not subscribed yet, please do. And if you fancy putting a message in the live stream chat, feel free to do so. I see who's here. And I would imagine most people here are from PNG. That would be my guess. As they normally are. And I'm getting a blocked nose for some reason. Meanie. So add the extras. The kick is just good enough. Sneaks it in, just about. Close one. Okay. Ooh. Greg's from New Zealand. Well, welcome. Rudolph is going down the tunnel here. He didn't look good. Hughes has got a weapon of mass destruction on his left arm there. What's all that about? Utakamanu with the next carry off the back of the kickoff. 17 minutes gone. Pacific Championships are going to be good though, aren't they? They're going to be so good. Evelyn says go Storms. Well, they retake the lead. Possible room here for... I know who Blore is. I know who he is, but I keep thinking Lasati first because he was in the initial team list. Great offload there. It's now in Munster down the left edge. Now to Blore over the 40. Grant. Then to Munster in centre field. Up towards halfway. Right to Hughes. Now with Katoa down the right edge. Gives it to Meany up towards the Sharks 40. On the fourth tackle, stopped by Ito and Fanil Blake. Brought to ground. Plays for Grant near the right touchline. It's now with Hughes. Kicks from the Sharks 40 towards the back right. Plenty of height on this one. Kennedy looking to go up. He does. Comes down it cleanly on his own 20. Mulatalo steps past one. Eats up a few metres. Hamlin Ueli is on the field. Up towards the 30. Ramian with the next carry. Terms of completion, 100% from the Storm. And it is 8 out of 9 for the Sharks. Not sure what that is percentage-wise, but high 80s, low 90s, I think. Something like that. Wayward ball, but collected by Hines with Ramian down the right edge. Few metres shy of halfway. Last tackle for the Sharks coming up. Sione Katoa on his left to Hines. Hits the belly of the ball. Plenty of spin on this one. It's going to bounce on the 30. Back towards the Sharks, collected by Trindle. Chips over the top. It's taken out there by Meany. Offside from Cronulla. I thought it was going to be a penalty against the Storm for a second, but they get a penalty. Offside from the Sharks. I think Trindle wanted Mulatalo to stay on his outside. Yeah, there's plenty of players offside there. So that's 19 minutes gone. Off the back of a penalty, Storm will take it over the Sharks 40. So a bit more pressure that the Sharks will have to deal with here. A bit more defending on their own goal line possibly at the end of this set. King up towards the 30. Second tackle. Melbourne are doing well to restrict the metres through the middle. Too many early penalties so far. Not a ridiculous number, but could be a bit cleaner. But they're doing well enough to restrict the metres. Munster, almost an easy break there. It's now with Utakamanu, 20 metres out, make that 15. In centre field, look for an offload, gets one. Pappenhausen flicks it onto Grant. Now with Munster. Stopped over the 10, maybe about 8 metres out in centre field. 2 tackles to go. Oh, it's a 6 again. Grant. I have backed Grant anytime try scorer. I've not put a bet on it. I just backed him. 3 metres out, right at the post, left to Munster. Fakes the switch back to Tumanu, takes the carry himself. Munster's been taking a lot of carries by himself. Not just like darting runs, just normal carries in the last few weeks. It is right to the arrow. Out the back to Hughes, switches back to Katoa. He's going to play this ball 5 metres out, right at the posts. We're done with the first quarter, 3 tackles to go. Grant cuts back towards the middle, left to Hughes. Option on his left. Is he going to go in again? He stopped 2 metres short left of the posts. 2 tackles to go. Grant. Left to Munster. Then to Blore. Flicks the ball on to Pappenhausen. He's going to be stopped 3 or 4 metres short of the try line. Over on the left edge of the field. Last tackle. Grant. Gives it to Munster. Kicks cross field. Plenty of room there. Contest. Warbrick flicks on to Meany in the corner. Meany back inside. Pushed out by, I think, Trindle. Maybe Warbrick got a touch on that one. Can Klein check it? Because it was inside the in-goal area. Good kick crossfield. Warbrick, so slaps it back inside. Let's have a look. Well done, Meany getting an offload there. Really well done. I think Warbrick got a touch on that one. Well done, Warbrick and Meany. It is going to be a goal line dropout, actually. A Sharkies stroking again. They need to be next to score. Like I said, the longer the game goes, the better the Sharkies get. I thought it was Drizzy that said that. Suspicious. Nixon says, go Storms. It is not a goal line dropout. Okay. They were lined up for him. Storm were big favourites based on form. He gave Sharks the edge. Well, based on form, Sharks have won 5 in 5, haven't they? Brayley stopped just short of halfway. 18 minutes to go. Up towards Storm's 40. Now with Colquhoun. Takes it just over the 40. Nice haircut, G. What happened last week? Did not see you streaming Bulldogs-Panthers game. I went out drinking Saturday night. And the game was Sunday morning. I streamed just into the second half. And was too drunk and too tired. I stayed up all throughout the night. And yeah, it was not a good stream. Kick through from Trindle. Collected by Pappenhausen. Room to run, maybe. Stopped on the 10. So yeah, I was drunk when streaming. I had to end it early. The Panthers already had a massive lead, so I just ended it. Hughes gives it to Meany over the 20. A few metres over the 20. Pappenhausen in centre field. So now with Coates, Storm wanted a 6 again, or penalty. I forget where the penalty ranges are, like what section you have to be in for a penalty or a 6 again. Howarth with a strong carry through centre field. Last tackle for the Storm, just behind halfway. Hughes chips from the halfway line. Between the back two receivers, it is going to be collected by Katoa on his own 10, up towards the 20, and stopped down the right edge. 16 minutes 40 to go. Sharks in possession. Hines to Mulatalo. And his crack is on display. Nice. Kennedy with a carry through centre field. Takes it over the 30. 16 and a half to go. Brayley right to Hines. Then to Ramian. Stopped just short of halfway. 2 tackles to go for the Sharks. Brayley. Now with Colquhoun in centre field. Gives it to Fanua Blake on his left. Aside from the forced change from Rudolph, who went off for a HIA. I'm not sure if he's outright failed it yet or not. All the big men have done decent minutes so far. Kick towards the back left from Trindle. We have a contest. Batted backwards from Mulatalo. Knocked on by Hines. It was a tough take there. It was a tough take. But it's going to be Storm ball. Clock is stopped with 15 minutes and 52 seconds to go. Great attendance. Good turnout. Good to see. So Mulatalo bats it backwards, just bounces slightly away from Hines. It's Kamanu leading the hard-earned index. Grant goes left to Munster. He fakes the switchback, left to Howarth. That's a mile forward to Bloor, and it's going to be called by Ashley Klein. Well called. Well called. Nice idea, nice effort there from the Storm. Well done, Munster. Getting the overlap there. It's a nice idea, nice effort. But yeah, it's finally been called. So they've both completed the same. 11 out of 12. Percentage-wise, what is that? High 90s? Possibly? They don't give us a percentage. Sorry, low 90s. Possibly. Sione Katoa on the Storm 30. In centre, or just right at centre field. Brayley, left to Colquhoun. Switches back to Hamlin-Uele. His brother's had a good year for Wakefield in Super League. Brayley with a scoop from dummy half. A boot flies off. And a penalty for the Sharks there. High shot on Brayley, possibly. He can put his boot back on now. High shot from Pappenhausen there. So it's given to Hamlin-Uele. He's going to take this 2 or 3 metres out, right at the post. 14 minutes to go. Plays it for Brayley. Short side right to Hines. Oh, I was expecting a flat shot across there to Katoa. It is wayward, collected by Munster, but penalty for the Sharks again. Storm going to be careful they don't give away too many repeat penalties, or somebody will go to the bin. was really expecting that launch across from Hines. Coates was kind of expecting it. So tap on the 10 from Brayley, gives it to Burns. And he'll play this about 5 or 6 metres out. Right at the posts. Brayley, now Colquhoun. In between the sticks. He's going to be stopped a metre short in front of the left post. Second tackle, Brayley waits. Left to Trindle. Possible overlap here. Might have to surrender. Oh, straight up a penalty. Oh, damn. Obstruction there from the Sharks. Trindle tries to surrender, but Klein says no, that's just straight up a penalty. Damn. So penalty for the Storm. They find touch, and it's going to be Katoa with the next carry. 5 penalties against the Sharks. I thought it had been more from the Storm, but 5 against the Sharks, 4 against the Storm. McDonald up towards the 40. Down the short side right with Hughes, over halfway, 3 tackles to go. Grant over on the right edge of the field at dummy half. In centre field now with Liero. Left to Munster. Takes to carry himself over the 40, still going. Easy break again. Oh, support. Doesn't need it. Little shimmy. The undies on display. What have you got on, sir? Nice. Nice undies, Cameron. Nice undies. Liero on the 10, switches back to Pappenhausen. Spins. Oh, almost through. Almost. Storm, 3 or 4 metres out, right at the post. Grant goes left to Munster. Then to... Again, I want to say Lasati. It's Bloor, for God's sake, man. Pappenhausen down the right edge. On the 10. Across to Meany, possibly forward. He's stopped inches in front of the try line. Sharks with a lot of work to do it. 11.5 to go. Storm needs to be disciplined if they want to build that territory down this end of the field. It's already a penalty. What are you doing? Crusher. Oh my God. I don't know, JD, but they did. They made it work. I want to see that again. Well, they just stopped the replay. Stupidity. Utter stupidity. They kick it out before the... Come on, Cronulla. What are you doing? Ido with a carry over the 20. 11 minutes to go. 6-point advantage for the Melbourne Storm. Kieran, good morning, sir. Hi all, in work. We'll be back for Lee vs Wakey game. Have fun all. Well, look forward to seeing you later, sir. Have a great day at work. If possible. At all. If poss. As the cool kids don't say. Left to Talakai. Siasifa's on the field. Go on, lad. I'm a big fan of Talakai. I do like him. Very versatile player. What's his nationality? Is he... It's Tongan, right? Talakai's Tongan, right? As I say that, there's a break for the Sharks. Ramian across to Katoa in the corner. Coates almost gets him in touch. Katoa keeps it in. We have a response from the Sharks. I missed the first bit because I was having a quick chat with Kieran. But that's a decent response there. It's a decent try. Was it Burns that went through or Colquhoun? I think it was Burns. I want to see a replay. Talakai to Hines. Pops it up to... I think that's Burns. It is. Decent effort from Coates there. Katoa shrugs him off. Stays in field. Well done, Katoa. Well worked. Burns had a couple breaks recently. He's been getting involved offensively in the last few weeks. Good to see. Katoa was out for the Sharks for a good few weeks at one point this season. But I'm glad that both sides basically are at full strength. Well done. He's gonna do an Adam Dewey and compensate. You're pointing it to the left. It's too far down right now, Dewey. Compensate. You've got to compensate. That's a great clip. That's fantastic. 9 minutes to go. The clock's still ticking. 2-point lead for the Melbourne Storm currently. Does anybody want to try and take a 1 or 2 point lead going into the sheds maybe if they get this conversion? Does anyone want to go for it? I've got a feeling Trindle might have a go. Hines, an inch or two? Well, maybe 3 or 4. Doesn't matter. Near the touchline, the kick from Hines is... Did he compensate? It's a bit of a wobbler. And it's wide. Oh no. Nico. You've got to compensate. 8 minutes 49 to go. The clock is stopped. Talakai on the field and magic happens. Look at him go. He's awful on that side. Well, he's had an entire season to work on it. We are in the game. Just got to ride out the storm here, Sharkies. Got more gas. We'll see. We shall see. Last 9 minutes of the first half. Back underway. Storm kicks to the Sharks. Collected in goal by Kennedy. Hands it off to Hamlin-Ueli. Well, that's Rudolph, sorry. Rudolph back on the field. Good. I'm glad he's back on the field. That is good. He didn't look great before. Kafusi. So it's gone Storm, Sharks in terms of tries. Brayley, now down the left edge with Ido. Hopefully playing for Cook Islands this year. Hopefully. It would have been huge for them last season. But hopefully he's there. Up towards the 40 with Talakai. Go on, lad. Rudolph with the next carry. Up towards halfway. Just 8 minutes to go. Right to Hines. Kicks on the last tackle. Plenty of height on this one. Coming down on the 10 for Pappenhausen. Collects it cleanly. Gives it to Warbrick. And he stopped a few metres short of the 20. 7:50 to go. Coates over the 20. A few extra metres there. Steve Price. Good on you, Steve, lad. Former Warrington Wolves head coach. My team, by the way, for those that don't know. Still don't know about the Trebojevic situation. Don't know if we'll get him, but we'll see. But it's a penalty for the Storm. Interesting. Ashley Klein always makes it about himself, like he's the star of the show. I don't know. I think refs get a bad rap. A tap from Grant. It's now with Munster. Right to Hughes. Pops it across to Katoa. And he'll be stopped just short of halfway. 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Grant switches back to McDonald. 6 penalties against the Sharks, 5 against the Storm. Hughes, 40 metres out in centre field. Left to Munster. Well done, Talakai. Clipping the legs of Munster there, getting him stopped. It's right to Kamikamitha. Finally enters the field. So he'll do the final few minutes here, and we'll start the second half most likely as well. Left to Munster. Eating up good metres. 15 metres out. Back towards the 20. Look for an offload possibly, but... Stop left of the post. Last tackle. Right to Hughes. Looking for the back left, maybe. Coates. Goes up. Collects cleanly. Kennedy has him wrapped up. So does Talakai. And so does Ramian. He's going to be stopped. And he'll hand the ball over to the Sharks a few metres out from their own try line. With just over 6 minutes to go. Not a bad place to turn over the ball there for the Storm. Just in the corner. And it's going to be... Is that Katoa with the first carry? I think it is. It's Ido with the next one over the 10. Tom, good morning, sir. Mulatala with a carry over the 10. 15 out from his own try line. 6 minutes to go. Brayley right to Talakai. Up towards the 30. Stops a few metres shy. Fourth tackle. Brayley left to Rudolph. Option with Kafusi on his left, but doesn't give it to him. Over the 30. Storm restricted meters fairly well here. Trindle kicks from behind the 40. Hits the belly of the ball. Bit of spin on this. Looking for touch. Collected by Warbrick. Up towards his own 40. 5 minutes 20 to go. It is now with Nick Meaney over his own 40. In centre field. 3 big men getting him wrapped up. Grant. left to Pappenhausen. Carries it, space behind the ruck. Over halfway, close towards the Sharks 40. Good meters there, 3 tackles to go. Grant going right to the arrow. Up towards the 30. 5 minutes to go, 2 tackles left for the Storm. Left to Munster. Chips the ball over the top. Chase there from Pappenhausen. Can he get the bounce? Kicks it on. I think he's grounded it. It's been given in front of the posts. The Storm could take an 8-point lead in a second here. I'm going to look at the grounding again. But that's the bit of magic. You got Grant there, you got Munster there, you got Pappenhausen there. That's the advantage of the full spine. Yeah, Kennedy just wasn't back there. I don't know how he ended up in the line in the first place. I'll have to see the grounding from a different angle, I think. Why was Kennedy up in the line? That's what I want to know. Well-placed kick there from Munster. Good chase from Pappenhausen. Does kick the ball through nicely. But what's the grounding like? Yeah, that's good. That's all good. Yeah, I don't know why he's so high up the line there. I don't know how fullbacks get in that position. On the try line, I get it, because they have to shift and they might have to get involved with the tackle, and then they're close to the ruck. So when they spread the ball, there's no fullback there. But they're like 20 metres out, so I'm not sure what Kennedy's doing in the line there. I'm not sure how that happened. I'd have to see the few tackles beforehand. But this will be 16-8 in a second. Meany with the conversion right in front of the sticks. The kick is good. I was a fair few days late with the Raiders Sharks stream highlights video on TikTok. I do have TikTok, by the way. Follow me on there. Link in the description. Or search Kinetic Rugby League. I'm trying to get to 10k followers as soon as possible. Hopefully by the end of the year. Three minutes 22 to go. 8-point lead for the Storm. My exact score prediction was 25-24. Subscribers 12,367. So I've passed 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you very much. Can I hit 15k by the end of it? Do you know what? I reckon it's kind of doable. 15k by the end of the year. If you take into account Pacific Championships and the Ashes. Maybe. Munster with a carry. 3 minutes to go. Third tackle for the Storm. Grant gives it to Liero, taking it up towards his own 40. Sharkies just need to keep going. No excuses. They have choked in the past. They are better than this Storm team. Just need to finish the job. They are better than the Storm from 60, 70, or from 60 to 80 minutes. Well, it's not been their half. Their last 2 second half performances have been good against the Roosters and Raiders. The Raiders were poor in the second half last week. But the Sharks were really good. 2 minutes 20 to go. So, if they can at least see out the half here and not concede any more points, that would be a good start. At the bare minimum, don't concede. They still completed at a high rate, though, which is good. But the penalties have been killer. So, I was saying in my predictions that normally it's been low completion, has been poor, too many errors. But it's the penalties that's killed him. 17 missed tackled as well. A couple of easy breaks for the Storm. Brayley in centre field up towards the 40. Kennedy, then Trindle across to Mulatalo. Looking for a break. Gives it to Ido. Looking for an offload. Gets one to Kennedy. Cutting back towards the middle. Switches back to Kafusi. Then to Trindle. Now with Rudolph. Takes the carry. And he'll be stopped 45 metres out. A minute and a half to go. Brayley left to Trindle. With a Burton bomb here towards the back left. Warbrick underneath it. Goes up. Collects cleanly. Well taken. Will Warbrick. Cutting back towards the middle. Over the 20. And an extra metre or 2. Well done, Will Warbrick. 1 minute 15 to go. Hughes left to Pappenhausen. Then left to... That's Coates up towards the 30. 1 minute 5 to go. Grant left to Howarth. Up towards his own 40. 1 minute to go in the first half. Third tackle. Munster in centre field. Out the back to Hughes. Storm having to go here possibly. That's going to be Meany wrapped up by Ido. Good defensive work there on the halfway line. 2 tackles to go. 45 seconds left. Munster. Now McDonald. The Sharks will get the ball back for a few plays. Will they try and force something? Probably worth a go. Well, just, have a go. Spread the ball. Hughes on the last. 35 out. Chips it towards the back right. Collected by Katoa. Gets an offload to Munster. Back to Pappenhausen. Still going. Pappenhausen offloads it. Collected by Burns. Offloads it to Ramian. Gets an offload to Mulatalo. And he'll be wrapped up on the 20. So the Sharks maybe get 2 plays here. Are they just going to see out the half? Possibly. Would be a smart move. Ramian with a carry over the 20. Do you know what? Last play of the half. Just go for it. Just go for it. Launch it down the left. Break for Mulatalo possibly. We'll see. No, they want the half-time hooter. And it will be half-time, folks. 16-8 for the Storm. We've got 152 people here. Howdy. Good to see you. Storm have been decent this half. A few too many penalties from both sides. Both have got to clean it up massively. Sharks have been a good second half side in recent weeks. So they can't gift the Sharks territory. They just can't. They can't do it. You can't do that. We'll see. We'll see who turns up for the second half. I think both have looked okay, but defensively and discipline-wise for the Sharks, they need to be a little bit better. But it's still been okay. They're in the game. They're not out of it, which is a good sign. Right, I'll be back in a second. I'm going to look for a bit of fruit, like an apple or banana or something like that. I'll be right back. Need a bit of breakfast. Howdy. I got Mandarin. Well, I hope everyone's well. Evelyn's happy. Some more storms in the next half. Absolutely. Luckily, no cards, no injuries. Good start. When's the next Everton game? Green Bay's playing Monday morning. I might be able to stay up for that, we'll see. Oh, and then Monday night for Everton against West Ham. Okay, that'll be on TV. Can people stop trying to get Jared Branthwaite off us, please? Just piss off. Just piss off. You're not having him. I want minimum 150 mil. That's what I want. Simple as that. I'll put a poll up. Right, poll in the live stream chat. Let me know your thoughts. Will the Sharks come back or will the Storm secure it? They're up 16-8 at half time. The good thing is, so far from the Sharks, they've at least been answering back. They would have liked to have answered back before half-time, but at least they've been answering back. If they can score next, it'll be huge for them, but they need to be getting these kicks soon. Let's see what Hines can do. He's been good in finals so far, Hines. In the last few months, he's been solid. So let's see what he can produce. What about Trindle as well? See what he's got in his locker. High completion from both. Over double the missed tackles from the Sharks, so not great. Need to clean that up. Only got Foreign and Isaiah Katoa on the desk. Competing halfbacks in the Pacific Championships, maybe. Go on, Isaiah, lad. on the desk giving us the analysis. Go on, young man. I mean, he's only like a few years younger than me, but still. Well, they're all saying Melbourne to keep the lead or to get it done in the end. There's a lot of work for the Sharks to do, but if they do win, from 8 points down, it'll be tough to say they haven't earned it. So we'll see. Okay. Where are we at for subs? 12,379. Nearly at 12.4k. Very close. 12.5 is possible. Very possible. Let's have a look at the poll. 57 votes. 70% say the Storm will win. Now leading 16-8 at half time. In terms of performance, I don't think there's much that separates them right now. There's not too much. But I think Storm are doing a better job than I thought they might do restricting meters. There's been way too many penalties from the Sharks. They're both close, actually, in terms of penalties. I'll have a look at stats, but I think in terms of the positioning of the penalties, Storm are finding a few more meters off the back of them, and the timing of the penalties haven't been great. So in terms of completion, 89% for the Storm, 90% for the Sharks. That's good. The Sharks have needed that after the last 2 weeks. But the penalties need cleaning up. 3 line breaks for the Storm to 2 for the Sharks. More post-contact meters for the Storm. They've also had more runs, more run meters. Tackle breaks, 20 for the Storm, 8 for the Sharks. Average set distance, Storm finding roughly 12 more meters per set. Quicker play the ball speed, more offloads, 12 to 7. Dummy passes, 33 to 6, bloody hell. A forced dropout as well. Tackle efficiency, 89.88% from the Storm, 81.22% from the Sharks. Too many missed tackles and ineffective tackles from the Sharks so far. Errors, so actually less errors from the Sharks, so they've cleaned that up this week, which is good. But they've conceded 5 penalties. Oh, actually, Storm's conceded 6. So in terms of errors and penalties, the Sharks have been better. But it's the defence mainly. They do need to clean up the penalties if they don't clean up the defence. Like one or the other has to be cleaner. Okay. Hannington says go Sharks. It's doable. 8 points is close enough, but sometimes it's hard to get even a single point, whether that be a penalty or just a try. We'll see what the Sharks have got, though. But yeah, if they do make the grand final, you definitely can't say they haven't earned it, because they'd have had to beat the Roosters, who I think have been a very dangerous side this year. I think could be even better next year. We'll see. They've had to beat the Raiders, and yes, they didn't have Ethan Strange. I wish that Strange was in that one just to see what that game would have been like. But they still beat a strong Raiders side, and then they would beat the Storm. So, and then they'd have to beat the Broncos or the Panthers to win it all. So, be a hell of a run. Both teams coming back out in a second. Again, I've backed Harry Grant as an anytime try scorer. If you've not voted on the poll, get your votes in real quick as players are coming out. 102 votes, 65% say the Storm will win from this point. Okay, here we go. Get your votes in real quick. A few moments to go. Storm on the way out now. Run meters so far, 90 from Munster, 85 from Utskamanu, 72 from Katoa, 70 from Pappenhausen, 67 from Meany. Utskamanu been good. Munster's looked good as well. Okay. Okay, folks, I'll end this poll. 66% say that the Storm will win from this point on, leading 16-8 at half-time. 16 subs away from 12.4. And here we go, back underway. The second half begins. Storm kick to the Sharks. Towards the back right, collected by Trindle. Gives it to Kafusi, and he takes it just over the 10. Brayley gives it to Kale Ido, takes a carry through centre field, stopped on the 20. Brayley again, waiting at dummy half. Talakai on his right. Gives it to him. Then he pops up to Rudolph. Probably would have been better for Talakai to take the carry. Rudolph is pushed back over the 20. Ramian with the next carry. Strong run there. Eventually taken to ground. 2 tackles to go. Now over the 30 with Talakai. Nearly wanted an offload there, up towards the 40. Last tackle for the Sharks. Mr. Trindle kicks from behind the 40. Plenty of distance on this. Collected on the full on the 10 by Pappenhausen. Over the 20. Slips over, nearly taken high by Hines there. Former teammates a couple of years back. Then it's with Coates taking it over his own 30. So that's the first minute done. Second tackle for the Storm. Howarth with the next one. Up towards the 40. 4 defenders in the frame there, pushing him back a few metres. Good work from the Sharks. A couple of the big men. McDonald fakes the switchback and takes a carry up towards the 40. 2 tackles to go remaining. Probably didn't need to say remaining. I already said to go. It's with Munster down the left edge. Caught in a dead end here, really. Taking it over halfway. Dragged back a metre or 2. Last tackle for the Storm. Grant over on the left edge of the field. On his right to Hughes. Kicks from halfway. Plenty of height. Not a great kick here from Hughes. Comes down on the 20 for Kennedy under no pressure. Takes up a few more metres. And the Sharks are in possession just over their own 20. With 2 minutes gone in the second half. Mulatalo with a carry down the left edge of the field. Up towards the 30. Trindle now with Ido. Cutting back towards the middle. Only a few metres made there. 3 tackles to go. Brayley left to Wilton. We've not seen Britton Nicola just yet. We've not seen Lasati. We've not seen Wishart either. Plenty of decent impact options available from both sides. Kick on the last day from the Sharks. Collected by Pappenhausen. He will be stopped 4 or 5 metres out from his own try line. Great chance for the Sharks here to contain the Storm. They make 10 metres there from Meany. Warbrick over the 20 through centre field. Rudolph gets him held. Burns is there to help out. So is Talakai. Warbrick plays for Grant in centre field. Left to Coates up towards the 30. Down the left edge. Good carry there from Xavier Coates. Plays it for Grant. Now down the short side left to Munster. Up towards the 40. Now halfway with Howarth. Wants an offload. Can he get one? Doesn't quite. Up towards the Sharks 40. Last tackle. It's with Harry Grant. Right to Hughes. Again, not a great kick. Was he taken out? I think timing-wise it was okay. Klein says play on. A kick from Munster. Kennedy underneath it. Collects cleanly. Under pressure from Grant. Shrugs him off. Over the 10. Right to Katoa. Trying to get around one. He does. Cuts back towards the middle. Katoa still going. And eventually he's wrapped up just over the 10. Sharks in possession. With the next carry up towards the 20 in centre field. So a bit of energy from both sides. A bit back and forth. It's going to need to slow it down at some point. Ramian down the right edge up towards the 30. That's a good carry there. 4 minutes gone in the second half. Brayley with a scoot up towards the 40. Good stop there from Meany though. It's with Trindle. Kicks him behind the 40. 40-20 attempt maybe. Warbrick is chasing back. He's got the distance, got the angle, but Warbrick is there to recover it. Good effort there from Trindle. At least put Storm in the back corner. Warbrick cutting back towards the middle. Shrugs off one. Room to run still maybe. Stopped on the 20 in centre field. Pappenhausen. Left to Coates. Easy meters up towards the 30. Pappenhausen. These are quick play the balls here. Katoa up towards the 40. 3 tackles to go. Good meters for the Storm in this set. Oh dear. I think that's Burns holding his jaw. Bottom lip maybe. Not too sure. Grant on the halfway line. Scoots up towards the Sharks 40. Wants an offload. He loses the ball. But that'll be a penalty for the Storm. What for? Somebody was offside. Klein's explaining it to Brayley. But I don't know. I didn't get to hear that. Joseph says, let's go Storm. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay. Alright. Kick into touch from the Storm. They've got a fresh set 30 metres out. Now with Hughes. Left to Munster. Switches back to Bloor. Stopped on the 30. Grant in centre field. Shifting it towards the right. Now with Munster. Out the back to Hughes. Steps back inside. Up towards the 20. Grant right of centre field. Short side right to Pappenhausen. Engage the line. Pops it up to Meany. Over the 10. Pappenhausen slow to get up here. Holding his shoulder. Oh no. Oh no. Grant back towards the middle. Left to Munster. He's going to be wrapped up on the 10. No, please tell me that Pappenhausen's okay. Please. Not another injury. Please. Kamikamitha. 3 or 4 metres out. Last tackle. Wants to play it. It's a 6 again for the Storm. Grant left to McDonald. Sharks need to be careful here. McDonald plays with Grant left of the posts. Right to Munster. Right to Hughes in centre field. Fakes the switchback. Now with Pappenhausen. He is back up. Switches back to Meany. He's holding his left arm in a weird way still. But at least Pappenhausen's up and he's moving comfortably enough. In centre field now with Hughes. 10 metres out. Step in. Still step in. 5 out between the sticks. 3 tackles to go. Grant. It is left to Munster. Switches back to McDonald. Still stepping. 2 or 3 metres out left of the post. Oh, there's a lot of blood there. There's a lot of blood. There's a kick through. Chase there from Bloor. I think that's put down on the line. Somebody help Burns. Please, somebody. That's a lot of blood. Somebody help him. 20 metre tap. Mulatalo up towards the 30. I hope Burns is alright. Now the first half was on fire. Yeah, it was good. A few too many penalties. Both need to clean that up. There was a penalty for the Storm in this one, but I don't know what for. Klein said offside, but I'm not really sure how that worked out. It felt like a late call. Storm having the better of the territory so far in the first 7.5 minutes. Burns has to go off for HIA, independent doctor. There's a lot of blood. Is there a cut on his chin? Possibly. Looks like he's been in a horror movie. He is the villain. Talakai will play this in a second. It's not even Talakai. Well done, mate. It's just the haircut. The haircut and beard just gets me. It's for Noah Blake. Trindle pops it up to Wilton. Slightly left to centre field. Last tackle for the Sharks, just over 20 metres out. Short side left to Trindle. Pops it up to Ido. Could do with an offload here. Stopped on the 10. Not a terrible place to turn the ball over, but could have been a better end to the set. Maybe a chip towards the back left from Trindle would have been better. Warbrick in possession on his own 10. 8 minutes gone. Plays for Grant. Gives it to Howarth. Good jam in there from the Sharks. Stopped on the 20. Second tackle, Pappenhausen through centre field up towards the 30. 8.5 minutes gone. Now down the right edge with Meany up towards the 40. 2 tackles to go for the Storm. Grant now with Kamikamica. Oof. That was a strong hit. Up towards halfway. Grant right to Hughes. Plenty of height on this kick. Needs more distance towards the corners, I think, here, Hughes. Not great. Collected cleanly by Kennedy for the Sharks on his own 20. And Mulatalo with the next carry back towards centre field. And it's going to end up being a penalty for the Sharks. Ruck interference there from McDonald. Sharks needed that, I think. They just needed a bit of help getting up the field. So they find touch and they'll start a fresh set just short of halfway. A tap from Ido gives it to Trindle. Now with Hamlin-Ueli in centre field up towards the halfway line. Kamikamica and Grant with the tackle. Plays over Brayley, right to Hines. Switches back to Britton Nicola. Good to see him back on the field. Up towards the 40. Good meters already on his first touch. Brayley. Left to Fanua Blake. Pops it up to Talakai. Good meters. Still going up towards the Storm 20. 3 tackles to go. Inside the red zone now for the Sharks. Right to Trindle. Switches back to Fanua Blake. 15 out. Make that 10. Make it 10. Brayley. Left to Trindle. Pops it across to Wilton. He's going to be stopped a metre short. Hines should be more involved if they're serious of winning. We will see. So with Trindle, kips across the face of the posts. Kennedy goes up. Oh, we can't quite recover it. That's a knock on over the dead ball line. 20 metre tap, 7 tackle set for the Storm. I think Kennedy wanted a call there. Not sure what call he wanted. No, I think he's the only one that touches it. And he's not tackled in the air, so yeah, that's a right call, I think. Storm will have to re-tap this from the 20. So they got a 7 tackle set now. I think we'll see, possibly, down that right edge, there'll be a moment at some point, Joseph, where Hines will engage the line. They'll get a quick play of the ball, he'll engage the line, and then Britton Nicola's going to make that overs line down that right edge, and he'll pop the ball up, and he'll find a line break. Then he'll either be clean through, or he'll get support from Ramian or Katoa. I think we'll see it at some point, we'll see that break there. If not, close to it. It's with Munster on halfway, a few metres shy of the Sharks' 40. 2 tackles to go for the Storm. So made good meters on this 7 tackle set. Pappenhausen through centre field. Drag back a couple of metres, gets an offload for Kamikamica. Up towards the 30. 15 metres on that carry. Nice one. Nice one. Just over the 20. Last tackle for the Storm. Short side right to Hughes. Engage the line. Steps back inside. Still the last. Launches it towards centre field now with Munster. Chips towards the back left. Katoa underneath it. Good bounce here. Just collected by Ramian. Tackled in goal. Drop out for the Sharks. Are they going to risk the short drop out? Maybe. God, that bounce was dangerous. Well done, Ramian. So drop out over the Sharks. I think Trindle wants to go short here. He does. I think he's got the distance here. He's got plenty of height on this one. Bounces on the 20 and it's in the hands of Warbrick. And he'll be stopped on the 20. The Storm inside the red zone with a fresh set of 6. Katoa, 15 out. Made that 11 or 12. In centre field, between the sticks. Grant. Left to Munster. Left to Pappenhausen. 3 on 2 there, maybe. Across to Howarth in the corner. Gets an offload back to Pappenhausen. Cuts back towards the middle. Or trying to. Stop near the left touchline. 13 minutes gone in the second half. Now with Munster. 20 metres out. Switches back to Lasati. Stopped on the 10. Grant cuts back towards the middle, across to Hughes, under pressure from Trindle. Meany, now with Warbrick, step in, the ball pops out, collected by Wilton, stopped near the touchline. What's the call? High shot on Hughes, a lot of blood. Ooh, there is blood in the mouth of Hughes, so he's got a good case it's a high shot. Oh well, it's head contact, head to head, basically. Should chuck you on the commentary team. Thanks, Cody. Thanks. Maybe I'll get a gig one day. I'm not actually trying to be a commentator, but maybe one day they'll give me something. Just give me PNG versus Fiji at the end of the year. Give me that. I'll do that one. It is from Trindle's head, so is he going to get away with a penalty here? I'm not sure. I don't know what the ruling is, how they determine, like, head-to-head contact. Like, are they going to say he's leading with the head? Like, it's a penalty. I don't think it's a shoulder. I think it's his head. Okay, it will be a penalty for the Storm. Nothing wrong with that. It doesn't look great. I'm just not sure how they normally determine head-to-head contact. Given Will Kennedy not having a deal for next year in the Bears-Catalans deal, could see him going to Catalans for a year. The Bears, what is the Bears-Catalans deal? Have they got a thing going on? Mate, they've already got Chance Stoker-Cluckstaff for next year. Isn't that where Chance is going? Yeah. It is Chance, isn't it? It's off to Catalans, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Sexton and Nickel Cluckstaff off to Catalans. They don't need Kennedy as well. If Warrington don't manage to get Tom Trbojevic, I'd take Will Kennedy instead. Now with Munster, 5 metres out, left of the post. 14 minutes gone in the second half. Storm with a great chance to extend the lead here. Grant, right to the arrow. Now with Hughes. Switches back to Katoa. Up towards the 10 again. Right to the post. 6 again for the Storm. It's now with Hughes. Switches back to Stefano Utokumanu. Back over the 10. Going to place about 6 metres out in between the sticks. Plays over Grant. Left to Lasati. Cuts back towards the post. He's going to be stopped 2 metres out in front of the left post. Grant. Left to Hughes. Wayward stuff. Howarth can't quite collect it. Possibly knocked on from Howarth or Katoa. It's going to be a Howarth knock on. Howarth looking like a young Keanu Reeves. Dude. That was my Keanu Reeves impression. Doesn't matter. I'm thinking I'm back. There you go. Slightly better. Slightly better. Still not good. Sharks in possession. They've got a scrum just behind their own 20. 25 minutes to go. It's now with Kale Ido down the left edge up towards the 20. In the second half, Storm have had 17 tackles inside the red zone. Sharks had, I think I said 3. I think it did. Brayley now with Colquhoun through centre field. Up towards the 30. 3 tackles to go. Brayley waits at dummy half. left to Fanua Blake. A couple metres through centre field there. Brayley gives it to Kennedy. Still good completion from both sides, which is good. Hines to Nikota down the right edge, up towards halfway. Just wait for that little flat ball. It's coming at some point. A kick and halfway from Hines. He was under pressure. Oof, lack of communication here between Pappenhausen and Warbrick. Pappenhausen does collect it cleanly though. And he's stopped on his own 20. 24 minutes to go. Hughes at dummy half. Gives it to Warbrick. Takes a carry through centre field. So it's been fairly back and forth in this second half. Couple penalties in favour of the Storm have helped them gain a bit of territory inside the Sharks' red zone. The Sharks not really been able to earn territory up the field so far in the second half. If they need to be gifted penalties, so be it. That could be an incorrect play of the ball, though. And it is. What did I just say? Sharks got a bit of help. I was just basically thinking, they just needed some help, really. And it's alright. They needed a bit of help, but, you know, it's okay. It's not their fault that the Storm made a mistake. It's not their fault. But the Sharks could really do with scoring some points off the back of this set. Second half completion, 9 out of 11 for the Storm, 7 out of 7 for the Sharks. It's with Katoa down the right edge. Just shy of the 40. There's less than 23 minutes to go. Hines at dummy half. Gives it to Britton Nicola. What's he doing there? What's he doing? Up towards the 14, just over it. Put some shape together here, Cronulla. Put some shape together. Fanua Blake over the 30. 22 and a half to go. 3 more tackles in this set. Brayley. Right to Colquhoun, then to Hines under pressure from Munster. Hamlin-Ueli slightly in the way there. Plays it for Brayley, right at centre field. Then with Trindle. Space behind the ruck. We had Liero slipping over on the 10. Quick play of the ball. Brayley right to Hines. Then to Britton Nicola. It wasn't an overs line, but I did say there'd be some kind of break. As Munster stopped that, no try given on field, the bunker will check. It just caught me off guard. I couldn't even appreciate the tackle for a second. It was a fantastic tackle, possibly high shot there from Pappenhausen. Yeah, that could be a penalty for a high shot. I didn't even sort of lock onto the tackle because, well... Nearly. This will be a penalty. Forgot about CNK. He is definitely going Catalans, isn't he? Bears can sign guys immediately, but won't start till 2027. Article on Love Rugby League. The guys they sign now, they're off contract, may play for Catalans for a year to stay fit. Interesting. Is that because there's a deal between the Bears and Catalans, or is it like what? Why specifically Catalans? Do you know? Have they got a deal together? So the Sharks will go for 2. I think this is probably... Yeah, I can get on board with this. I'm okay with it. It's an 8-point game. You can make it 6 in a second. They will lose territory, but... They would have needed 2 at some point. Now, unless they could have scored 2 tries. So far, with the way the halves going, they might not even get 1. But at least it makes it a 1-score game. So I'm okay with this, actually. The kick is good. It's going to be 16-10. So we have 21 minutes to go in this game. So far, the Storm locking down a spot in the grand final. So far. It's doable, Sharks. It's doable. Just keep going. If there are any sponsors out there, companies that want to sponsor, we've got 150 odd people in here currently. You know, the stream's had just over 10,000 views so far. So, you know, any companies that want to sponsor, business email in the description down below. Just letting you know. So, you know. Any drink companies, like energy drink companies. Just saying. Sharks up towards the 20. Now up towards the 30. Kennedy. Oof. Could be a high shot there from Katoa. It is a penalty for the Sharks. It's a penalty. So there was the incorrect play of the ball from Liero inside Storm's own territory. There was another penalty, so there was a bit of pressure for the Sharks down one end of the field. They then go for 2, and then off the back of this, Storm just needed to be clean. Well, then a high shot. And they give more territory to the Sharks. Toby says, come on, Storm. Second half penalties, 3 for the Sharks. 2 for the Storm. Brayley on the 40. Now with Burns. Good to see him back on the field after all the blood that he had. And a carry up towards the 30 for the Sharks. Plenty of tackles to go. It's with Hines in centre field. Out the back to Trindle. Switches back to Cale Ido. Cutting back towards centre field. Shrugs off a few. Stopped on the 20. I think Ido's progressed really well over the last couple of years. Hines in centre field. Right to Kennedy. Then to Rabian. Thing is, if they score down that right side, Hines is going to start nailing these kicks. Kennedy, now with Hines, just drops the ball. Hines just drops it. Under no pressure. 18 minutes 50 to go. Oh, Nico. 12,401 subscribers. Can I find 99 more subscribers before the end of the stream? Can I find 99 more? If you're not subscribed yet, please do. I'll be streaming other finals games and Pacific Championships. And Super League playoffs. And the Ashes. It's a Storm scrum. $18.20 to go. Katoa with a carry up towards the 20. Grant at dummy half in centre field. 18 minutes left in this game. King with a carry up towards the 30. Burns, what are you doing? He's just sticking a knee in there. What are you doing? Yeah, not clearing the ruck. What are you doing, lad? Penalty for the Storm. Will they try and go for 1 early? Or will they just try and keep possession down that end of the field? We'll see. Grant, 40 metres out, is now with Hughes. Then with Utakamanu. Just short of the 30. In centre field, Grant right to Hughes. Then to Munster. Eating up some metres up towards the 20. Grant right of centre field. 20 metres out. Now with Hughes. Engages the line himself. Stop 15 out. In between the sticks. 2 tackles to go. Grant. Gives it to Munster. Down the right edge now in Meany. Straightens up, takes a carry 5 metres out, right at the post. Last tackle for the Storm. Now with Munster, then with Hughes. Chips it left of the posts. We have a contesting goal here. Katoa goes up, collects it cleanly. Well done, Sione Katoa. Nicely taken. Plays it inches in front of his own try line. Ramian over the 10. Well done, Katoa. Well diffused there. Under a lot of pressure. Mulatalo with the next carry. 15 out from his own try line. That looked awkward. Plays it for Brayley. Now with Colquhoun. Over the 20. 16 minutes to go. Mulatalo's limping. Britton Nicola gets an offload. Backwards by Kennedy. Collected by Howarth on the 10. Fresh set of 6 for the Storm. And that is... Challenge that. Howarth wanted a challenge, and he gets one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't touch... I think this is Melbourne's ball, 10 metres out. There's no evidence he's touched it there. Yeah, there's no change of direction from the ball. You can't see any flexing of the fingers there, so I think that's okay. So it's then touched backwards by Kennedy. And Howarth collects it. This will be Storm's ball. 10 metres out, over on the left edge of the field. Sharks are going to find something. They just got to be strong defensively on their own line here. They've got to be strong. They've been digging deep the last 2 weeks against the Storm and Raiders. They've got to do it again here against the Storm. There's a lot to ask here, but they've got it in them. 15 and a half to go. Mulatalo plays it for Grant, right to Munster, then to Hughes. Switches back to Katoa, over the 10. And loses possession. Penalty for the Storm. You would take the 2, wouldn't you? Illegal steal from Braden Trindle. Damn. 15 minutes to go. Looks like Storm will go for 2. Who you go for? If I had to pick a team, it would be the Raiders. I've just liked watching them this year. They've been fun to watch. I don't normally have like a set team. I just think teams that look fun to watch. Because I'm a Super League fan. I support the Warrington Wolves. That's my team. So it's teams that just look fun to watch. Like I like how the Dolphins are built. I like how the Sharks are built. Same with the Seagulls. A few years, like 2020 or 2021 Seagulls. I think it was 2020. The Seagulls in 2020 were so fun to watch. But yeah, I like the Raiders. Favorite player is also Keanu Kinney, by the way. Favorite player. So, yeah, there you go. So, Storm to make it an 8-point game once again. Meany to add the extras. Right at the posts. Should be able to get this one. Kick's good. It's an 8-point game again. Right, well, will this kick the Sharks into gear? I think they've got to find another level now. They've got to keep the Storm pinned back on the back of this set. They can't give away penalties. Matty the Rapper. You're from Melbourne, so Storm all the way. Fair enough. Your favourite's Jerome Hughes. Gotcha. He's a great player. I'm glad he got the Dally M last year. Definitely deserved it. Again, I don't know if he's retired from international. I remember seeing the NRL predicted New Zealand team list this morning, but they had Foran instead of Hughes, but I don't know if Hughes retired from international. I don't know. So Storm are in possession on their own 10. There's just over 13 minutes to go. 8-point advantage for Melbourne. Kamikamica with the next carry. He's going to be huge for Fiji in the Pacific Championships if he plays. Grant down the left edge now with Lasati. You think Storm's going to win? Well, they might. I think they've been the slightly better team. So now with Grant up towards the 30. What was that head high all about? Which one? Which one, Matty? 12.5 to go. Kennedy up towards the 30 for the Sharks. See, I'm thinking the break is going to come from Hines popping up to Nicola. That's where I'm thinking it's coming from. Maybe like Trindle with a shot across the Mulatalo for a break or something like that. I'm not sure where it's going to come from the Sharks here. Hines with a carry down the right edge. Now with Katoa up towards the 40. Both, I'm not sure which ones. You mean the last two? I've already forgotten them, I'll be honest, I've forgotten them already. Fanua Blake with a carry up towards halfway, just less than 12 to go. Last tackle coming up for the Sharks. Brayley, left to Trindle. Kicks from the Storm 40, plenty of height on this one. Towards the back left, Warbrick up and collects it cleanly. Well taken. 11.5 to go. Nick Meaney with the next carry, makes a metre or two. Pappenhausen gives it to Coates. Stopped just short of his own 20. Pappenhausen again at dummy half. Kevin Kamitha with the next carry. Not a great ball there, but just makes a couple metres. 2 tackles left for Melbourne. Grant right to Stefano Utakamanu. Bumps off Brayley. Says, you can bug it off, sunshine. I don't think so. Right to Hughes. Kicks from his own 30. Plenty of distance on this one, but it will be collected on the full on the 20 by Will Kennedy. Up towards the 30. Offloads it to Katoa. Room down the right edge. Up towards the 40. Trying to get around Coates. Over halfway. Good return there from Katoa. Think Xavier Coates is the best catcher? You might be right. You say Coates is up there. So is Lomax, Nwangani Tawaze, Tupou, Mulatalo, Katoa. Warbrick's decent, but am I missing anyone? I like Kiraz. Kiraz gets up there quite well. It's now with Talakai up towards the 20. So 2 tackles to go. The Sharks are inside the red zone, 15 metres out. Who you go for? If I had to pick a team, it'd be the Raiders. Currently. But, well, currently doesn't really count, but you know what I mean. I like who's fun to watch. But it is a lost ball by Fanua Blake. He wants a challenge here. I don't think this is a smart challenge. 9 minutes 48 stopped on the clock. I don't think this is a smart challenge. From what I saw anyway, it looked like a loose carry. I could be wrong. Could be a strip from Utakamano there. He's got his hands on the ball. But it might not be stripped from Utakamanu, but if he's just holding on to it and he starts to go down, that's just a loose carry. Straight up a loose carry. Some player for the Rabbitohs has been a good catcher. I've not seen Alex Johnston do that much. Are you talking about Monroe? Is that what you're talking about? Bulldogs should be in the grand final. No, they should not. They don't deserve to be there. Bulldogs have not been good. They forced Galvin into the team. That's what their problem was. I had no issues with the Bulldogs getting Galvin. If Gus Gould was so confident that Galvin is going to be elite in the future, I've got no issues with them picking him up. My issue is with Serraldo forcing him into the team. You've got a strong side there with Sexton and Burton at 6 and 7. Marnie at 9. And for some reason you want to... I like Hayward. I think Hayward's a great player and can fill a few positions. He can fill in the halves, at 9, at 13. But you just force Marnie out the squad. For what reason? You force Sexton out the squad. For what reason? To let Galvin, who's not even a proven 7, control the best team in the comp, or one of the best teams in the comp. And they've looked so unconvincing since he joined. It's just, it made no sense to me. So now on the 20, Wishart enters the field. Go on, Tyrant. It's taking a while. Rabbits are so bad this year. Yes, they were. But a few good sparks. Jai Gray had a good year. Humphreys stepped up. Ashton Ward looks decent. We'll see how like Whiten and Campbell Graham get on in the centres next year. We'll see what the halfback situation is like, and the forwards. I think they need to get a bit bigger in the forwards. The Rabbitohs. 8 minutes 50 to go. Sharks in possession on their own 40. Craig Bellamy doesn't look comfortable up there, but who would, honestly? Sharks 3 tackles to go on halfway. Now with Trindle cutting back towards the right, across to Hines. Now to Ramian trying to get around Munster, gets him wrapped up. Howarth is there to help out. So is Lasati. Pushed him back a few metres. Who do you think will win the grand final? Storm. I did back the Broncos to beat the Panthers. If the Broncos get there, I think it's the Broncos. I think. Warbrick collects it on his own try line, cutting back towards the left, trying to shrug off Hines. He's still going, stopped on the 10. Good return. Good return. Second favourite's probably Harry Grant. Makes sense. Great player. It's now with Howarth from the 20 up towards the 30. 7 minutes 45 to go. The Sharks are going to start moving the ball around now. They've got to be clean. They've got to complete sets, which they've been doing. But they've got to make sure they're not giving away stupid penalties. Got to work the ball at the field. Go on, Steve Price. Work your magic, lad. I know he's not the head coach, but 7.5 to go. Right to Hughes. Puts boot to ball. Kennedy underneath it. Goes up. Collects it cleanly on his own 20. So come on, Cronulla. What you got? What have you got in your locker, boys? 7 minutes 15 to go. Trindle. Now with Mulatalo. Who's your favourite player at Melbourne? Good question. I like Pappenhausen. Cool and groovy. Exciting. Clutch player. I like a bunch of them, but Pappenhausen for me. Sharks up towards a 40. If the Sharks somehow pull this off, I'd be gobsmacked. I get it. I get it. Well, it starts with a try. They've got a bit of time to at least get the try, and then they can work the ball at the field for a 2-point drop goal, which both Trindle and Hines, I think, are capable of. 6.5 minutes to go. Pappenhausen, just in front of his own 10, plays it for Hughes, who gives it to Warbrick. He then takes it up towards the 20. Who'd you go for? Do you mean in this game, Gemma, or just in general? Because you did ask before, and I did answer. Meany, a few metres shy of the 40. Munster, stopped just short of halfway. Scoot from Grant, up towards the 40 on the last tackle. Spaced on the left edge. Howarth, they could put the game to bed here. 2-on-1 possibly. Howarth, in the corner is Coates, dives in. I didn't see whether it was grounded properly or not, but they're all very confident. The try is given. I think the Melbourne Storm have just done it. They've just secured it. They do deserve it. Way too many penalties from the Sharks in this one. Some undeserved, I'll be honest, but too many penalties. The Storm have been good. They have gotten into the grind. They've defended well. They've made good meters up the field. They've attacked pretty well too. So, yeah, I do think the Storm have earned this one. It is a 12-point game. So with 5 minutes to go, you never know in the NRL. 2 tries and 2 kicks is doable. Like, it just is doable. But if they get the kick, I reckon it is 100% done. So, I will say, with the amount of time left, if they get the kick, Storm win it 100%. If they don't get the kick, there's like 10% chance Sharks come back. So if I had to pick a favourite team from this year, it's the Raiders, because I enjoy watching them. But I enjoy watching teams based on how they play and how they're built. So I kind of like the Sharks. I kind of like Manly. I kind of like the Dolphins. But if I had to pick a team, it would be the Raiders. Clock's still ticking away. But I really enjoyed the Broncos in 2023. They were so fun. I wanted them to win the grand final. And nothing against the Panthers. I'm not like one of those that's against the Panthers just because they keep winning it. They deserve to keep winning it. The kick from Meany looks wide. It is wide. It's well wide. So, 2 tries and 2 kicks with 4 minutes 12 to go. I think that is enough time to score, because in the NRL you can score 3 tries in 10 minutes, but we'll see. Yeah, that was a good game, that, Toby. That was a good game. Broncos should have got that one done. They should have done. But Cleary in that game, that second half. The Sharks might go short here. I think they will. I would actually kind of like the Sharks to score a try and get a kick here, just so it's interesting. Frank says, let's go Storms. It is a short kickoff, but it is collected on the 30 by Eliesa Katoa with 4 minutes to go. And they'll run down a good 45 seconds here on this set, maybe a bit more. King with the next carry, up towards the 40. But yeah, this should be game over. Nothing silly here from Melbourne Storm, just completing the sets, finding the corners. Nothing silly. Grant at dummy half. The captain steering the ship now with Munster up towards the Sharks 40. Now with Wishart, cutting back towards the middle. He's going to be stopped just short of the 20. 3.5 minutes to go. Last tackle for Melbourne. Hughes probably just going to find touch here, maybe. Or chip towards the back right. Collected by Warbrick and tackled just short of the 10. If Panthers win again, I'm crashing out. Well, if they manage to win based on how the season started, being last at one point, I don't know if any team's ever done that in NRL history. Jesse, yo. I don't know if a team's ever done that. I know they've never won it from outside the top 4. But would they be the first team to ever win it from outside the top 4 and that have been last at one point in the table? Maybe. But you can't deny the Panthers are a great side. They've earned it. Simple as that. They've not been gifted it. They've earned it. So play the ball on the 20. It is now with Fanua Blake over the 30. 2.5 minutes to go. There's an offload here for Burns. Then with Brayley. Now with Kennedy. Left to Mulatalo. They could do with a break here for possibly Ramian down the right edge now. 2.5 to go. Trindle. Then to Hines. Engage the line. Pops up to Nicola. Over halfway. 2 minutes 15 to go. Last tackle for the Sharks. And a Burton bomb here from Trindle. Swirling ball. It comes down. Collected cleanly by Warbrick. Well taken. I think that's it there. If he drops the ball, then, maybe there's a try off the back of it. But no, it is basically done. It's just you never know. Decent crowd there. 29,233. Good turnout. 1 minute 50 to go. Grant on his own 20 gives it to Coates down the left edge. Making about 5 or 6 metres there. Howarth with the next one. A few metres shy of the 40. 2 tackles to go. Up towards halfway. Last tackle. 90 seconds left. Grant right to Hughes. Puts boot to ball. Plenty high. Not much distance though. I think for next week, Storm in the final, they've got to be finding the corners here. They've done well in most areas, but they've got to be finding the corners. There is now 1 minute, 5 seconds to go. Ramian in possession on his own 20. Might be the same grand final as last year. Was Storm in the grand final last year? Was it Storm? I think it... Yeah, it was actually. Yeah, it was Storm Panthers. I kind of forgot then. But there's been a few different finalists. I think Panthers have played the Storm twice in the last 5. They played the Eels, the Broncos, and possibly somebody else. I think. Not too sure. Brayley down the left edge to Hines. Launch it across, and that's going to be tipped on into touch by Katoa with 25 seconds to go. I don't think there was ever a point, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think there was ever a point in this second half where the Sharks really switched it on. Like, they were just kind of going through the motions. in their usual process at the start of the second half. Understandable, you know, you want to stick to what you know. I get it. 10 seconds left, it's with Brayley, but I don't think they really tried to fight back properly into the game. They didn't really give it a proper go. Hines, the hooter sounds, is with Fanua Blake, then to Burns, down the left edge, launched it across to Ido, in the corner, and that'll actually be a try for the Sharks at the end of the game. The Sharks have scored to make it 22-14, but that is full time. Oh my God. Well, at least you get the last points of the game. Okay. Alright, well there you go. It's full time. It is full time. A try at the very end of the game from the Sharks. Jesse was saying, at least Sharks get a try. He was saying it, and they did. With 0 seconds to go, 22-14, it finishes. So the Melbourne Storm have confirmed a grand final spot. They will play the winner of the Broncos versus the Panthers, and that will be... I will be streaming, by the way. Let me just go through the stream schedule for this weekend. So for Super League, later today at 7:45 p.m. London, I'll be streaming Lee versus Wakefield in the first eliminator games of playoffs, and then tomorrow I'm going to be streaming Leeds versus St Helens, and then on Sunday morning, well, morning for me, I'll be streaming Broncos versus Panthers. That's at 6:50 a.m. start time for me in London time, and Canberra is 3:50 p.m. The fireworks going off. What a beautiful sight that is in Melbourne. I love a city. I don't know about you guys, but I love a city view. I love it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, if you've not subscribed yet, please do. What are we at? 12,419. God, I'm going to hit 12.5k at the end of the weekend here. Oh, Jonathan. Jonathan, thank you for the donation, sir. You get a trumpet. Panthers by 2+ tries. Thanks. Great commentary all night. Well, thank you, Jonathan. That is greatly appreciated. Very kind of you, sir. Very kind indeed. Actually, client going to be ref? Well, we'll see. We'll find out. Find out next week. Okay. Well, so they're the streams for the rest of the weekend. Are you commenting about League Today difficult pick? Oh yeah, somebody said something before, Jonathan, in the comments. Let me read what the comment was. They gave a bit more news on Wakefield, so let me just get into that real quick. So Jonathan, earlier they said Wakefield have Hamlin-Uele and Wangenaar out, as well as Max Jowett. I didn't know that. Lee have O'Brien on the dodgy illness list with his hand. Okay. Lee are heavy favourites, huge favourites. Agree about centres, Lee far superior. Halfbacks with O'Brien missing, I would say Lino and Truman are RWB, stronger pair. Run with ball, I think he probably means. But yeah, I didn't know Hamlin-Uele and Wangenaar were out. They're big misses. But through the middle, it's tough. But without Max Jowett, it's... The trumpet's it's something that's played a lot in Super League, Gemma, at stadiums, like to get the crowd going. But basically, every time there's a donation, I normally play the trumpet during the stream. I haven't played it much today, but every time there's a donation, I play the trumpet. Or just when I feel like it. Like that. You subscribed last week? Well, thank you very much. If you've not subscribed yet, please do. I'm going to end the stream very soon. I think we peaked at maybe 180 odd viewers, something like that. We've had 13,500 views on this stream. That's greatly appreciated. It's very kind of you. So yeah, 12,419 subscribers. Only 81 to go till 12.5k. That is bloody incredible. And again, you know, if there's any sponsors watching... Oh. Interesting timing there. Interesting. It's all good. It's all good. Right then. We'll see, Toby. I mean, I know he normally does a lot of the big games, but we'll just have to wait and see whether he does do it or not. He might do, but you never know. God, Gleeson for Wigan. Bloody hell. Now our attacking coach. We've got no attack. Okay. Well, someone else just subscribed. Thank you very much. We've got 80 to go. Anyway, I'm going to end this stream now. I do want to say thank you for stopping by. Thank you for interacting. Got some new names in here. Toby, Gemma, Jesse, Evelyn. We had a few others, I think. We had Frank. We had Matty the Rapper as well. So a couple new names. Joseph, Joshua, and a couple of the regulars before as well, earlier on in the stream. So thank you very much for stopping by. If you want to check out the stream schedule, just look at the channel and go to the community posts tab and look at the streams. Follow me on TikTok if you haven't already. If you've got it, that'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the links in the description. If you want to become a member, you can do. There will be monthly giveaways at 10 active members, and there'll be behind the scenes content as well. But yeah, just thank you for stopping by. I'm going to call it a day. One final trumpet and I'll say goodbye. See ya.